Reminds me of Tremonti. Or Creed, or like...
I'm running.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the British Boutique Guitar Festival. I'm here with Josh from Sempiternal Guitars.
Hello.
Hello. And this is a carbon fibre monster with lots and lots of strings and lots of metal. Most of this video we're going to be checking out this lovely bass, which is also... Thanks, Henning. Which is also carbon fibre wrapped around the body, which we will talk about soon. But first, we must talk about this monster. This the Reaper series.
The Reaper series, yeah.
With a headstock that could kill your enemy at about 15 paces.
I'm scared sitting next to you.
Good. You should burn. But yeah, this sounds like a monster. Henning's rig, which I'm using here, is not really set up for extreme metal, but you'll hear that even on the bottom string, with some second and thirds on the chords, it doesn't sound like a mess. We've got... I feel like there should be a pit in here.
Yeah.
Etc, etc. We need a brutal gate to do that, but these are very interesting. So, you said these are a core of wood.
Yeah, so it's a core of alderwood, because I didn't want an actual hollow-bodied guitar. I wanted something that was actually dense, to create a sort of, sort of a sharp pick attack, you know, because if it was hollow, I don't know how if it would affect the tone in a way that I didn't want it to appeal to the market I'm trying to go for.
Yes.
So yeah, then it's cast in resin, carbon fibre, and then more resin, and then lo and behold we have that.
Yes, it does have a very, very chunky neck.
Yes, so my necks are on the website. If you check it out, there's a drop down. You can choose your thicknesses at the nut and the 12th fret, and go down. You can choose your profile, C, D shape, etc. So it's preference, because in my experience of guitar building, two people can pick up the same guitar and someone go, that's too thick or that's too thin, and I thought, you know what, you can't make one product, so let's just have a selection and then you can just choose what you want, basically.
Perfect. So let's now switch from the guitar to the bass, because that's where I tend to live. That is a nice bass.
Thank you.
And yeah, it's a really interesting design. It's kind of like a jazz bass, but with a master tone. So it's got the two separate volumes. And if you look closely on the camera, there's a lot more on this side than there is on this side. It's kind of offset. If I stand it up, it kind of looks like there's a bit missing. And then when I put it down, it makes sense because it sits it up off my leg in the right kind of position. But I'm missing about 2 inches of bass here, which is actually really nice. I'm so used to it coming up here that it makes you adopt a certain position. And that's quite a lot of freedom. I mean, the neck on this is an absolute beast as well. But we were talking off camera about maybe looking at things like asymmetrical neck shapes.
Yeah.
Because on something this thick, you need some thickness to keep the stability, of course. Because when you've got all this tension going, you need something. But yeah, I only have small hands, so we were saying about, it's personal choice, and I know guys who got fingers that go out that much further than mine, and it just, mine don't. So it's interesting what people gravitate towards, and this is a really solid instrument. Is this older as well, or?
Yeah. So they're all built exactly the same,
right?
Except obviously with this one, this has got carbon fibre rods running through it as well as a truss rod.
Yeah.
Because it's just so big, and it really needs it.
Yeah, I mean, on bass that really is quite a common thing, and I can see the copper tape in between the monorails there. I actually really like that.
I love it. At first I was worried because obviously I thought, oh no, you're gonna see it, but then I put it on and it just looks really cool.
Yeah, if it was any bigger, it might look a little messy, but I think the way he's done it with the strip there, I kind of like that. And that kind of thing really appeals to me. It's the detail. The devil is in the detail. The monorail bridges mean that if I hit one string, it doesn't make the other strings ring out.
Yeah.
Which of course on a guitar, it's sympathetic vibrations are nice, but on bass you don't really want that unless you say so.
Yeah.
And the bridge pickup is really far back, but that's probably giving me some of the attack back. And then blended with the neck. Very nice. Now, let's see if it passes the tool test.
The tool test?
The tool test.
What's this?
Oh, if you've ever... It's definitely a thing of mine that if I can get a full dynamic range out of this from clean to gritty without having to change a single thing on the board.
Okay.
I play some Tool because that's just a really good example for me of that. So, I start off with 10,000 Days. That passes with flying colours.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
A star.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we were talking about active and passive. If I was to order one of these, this is a passive circuit. I would definitely have an active preamp, but that's how I like to operate. But that's very much a personal choice. And beyond that, we are really talking personal choice then. And this is a very solidly built bass, and I really like the carbon fibre thing.
Thank you so much, yeah.
Yeah, and I used to play almost exclusively status basses when I was younger, which were carbon fibre necks and kind of wood, and this is the opposite way round. And the carbon fibre necks, they were really cool and stable, but they always felt a bit characterless. They always kind of had a bit of that kind of neutral thing going on, which is nice for a while until you're looking for personality, and this definitely has personality. So, if I was to come to you and order this spec, roughly, what kind of ballpark figure are we talking?
For that, 2,500.
Okay.
And that involves, as I mentioned earlier, everything on the sort of the drop-down menu. So whatever thickness of neck you want, profile of neck. I mean, even if you came to me, you could, because they're made to order, you see. So you could say, oh, I want these pickups. I don't want bare knuckle. I prefer this. As long as it's a similar sort of market value of pickup, you can swap them out, etc. So around the 2,500 ballpark figure, yeah.
Good stuff. And roughly, what are we talking about in terms of build time?
So I estimate a 2 to 3 month lead time on these, just purely because the process of the finish is complex. So it takes a bit of extra time. So a lot of that is just me casting it in resin.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You were saying you cast the body in resin.
Yeah.
Is that to help the carbon fibre bind, or?
Yeah, it just gives it stability, because the carbon fibre actually is just like cloth. It's just a weave. And it just falls apart as well. It's horrible actually, and you've got to wear a mask. And,
Right.
But the resin obviously then it seeps into the wood and everything. It just creates this like dense block, tonal block. But it's also light, so it's not like super heavy.
Awesome. So yeah, check out the Sempiternal website. So it's a full builder on the website. It's the kind of
it's you'd see the product, and obviously it's got the drop down menus of what you can choose. But
right.
I mean, if you're choosing the profile of the neck, you wouldn't be able to see that change in the photos. But you know the profile that you're getting is a C or a D shape, etc., etc.
Makes sense.
Kind of thing, yeah.
Cool. So yeah, check out Sempiternal Guitars, and look forward to seeing more from you in the future. Yes. Thanks, Henning, for sitting there and sleeping. Thanks, Mike, for hosting the British Boutique Guitar Festival, and thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.